My name is Segun Awolowo. I'm glad to be with you again today. We've been looking at different areas as far as starting your business and growing your business is concerned. You need to go and subscribe to my YouTube page, and then you will see all the other areas that we have covered as far as starting your business and running your business and growing your business is concerned. That's very, very important. But today I want us to look into something very critical: how to use word of mouth in pushing your business and growing your business. There are several means that you can explore as far as building your business or growing your business is concerned. But today we want to look critically into how to get the best from your business and getting your business across to people through word of mouth. You agree with me that you are not in business if you are not selling, and people must know. You need to get people to know what you do, and they must patronize you. If people are not buying from you, if people are not patronizing you, you are not in business. It's just as simple as that. So you must learn to explore different means, how to reach out to them, how to get them to know about what you do, the business you offer, the product you sell, and the services you are offering. You don't want to produce a product, manufacture a product, and then consume it on yourself. I was talking about you bake bread, for example. you don't want to bake bread and eat the bread yourself. The essence is for you to sell to people. And one of the easiest ways is to be able to communicate and tell people about what you do, the services you offer. You want to let them know. And one way, among other ways, is to speak and talk about it. You have a child that people need to know about. You don't leave it to another person to talk about your child. The best person to discuss and talk about your child is you, the owner of the child. That's why it is important. When you're starting a business, you don't just want to start a business and leave people there to run the business and you don't have any idea of the business. One of the first things you must do, I talk about LE, learn to hand, is to learn about the basic things about the business. You don't need to know everything about it, but you must have the basic knowledge and understanding about the business. You want to do fashion business, for example, you don't know what scissors looks like, you don't know what measuring tapes look like, you don't even know what needle looks like, you don't even know how to put needle at hole inside the needle. It may not really work for you. You must have at least basic understanding how to cut the cloth and all of those things, how to operate the machines, the basic things that you must know about the business. It's critical and important. And so when this had happened, you then need to be able to speak to people. The first thing you don't want to do is to go and begin to employ marketers. I see people, you have not even started a business, you don't own a shop, you just have an idea, and the next thing you are thinking about is recruiting marketers. You're going to fail big time. The best set of marketers you need to engage is you. You have to be the first set of marketing managers. Yourself. You need to market yourself. If there is anyone who should head the marketing department when you are starting out, it's you. And when you talk about marketing, talking about your business, sell your product and your service to people. Learn to talk to people about what you do, about what you sell. and it's effective through words of mouth. People will ask you questions, and then the best person to talk about it is you yourself. So I've been to places and people ask, what do you do? And then you are not able to even tell them, you are not able to explain to them, you are not able to discuss what you do. Then you are not fit for business. No matter how shy you may be, learn to be vocal, learn to voice out, learn to talk, learn to speak about the services that you provide, about the product that you sell. And you have to be positive. No matter what it is, you must learn to engage people. So I've told you about going to places. For example, you go for an event and you go for programs where you meet people, and then you need to converse with people, you need to discuss with people. You open your mouth. That's the word of the Lord says, open your mouth wide and I will fill it. You ask yourself, so what will I tell them? Then the question is, what are you doing? Why are you in business if you don't know what to tell people? It's simple. Tell them, I make cloth. Simple. It's as simple as that. I sell perfume. It's as simple as that. I sell shoe, or I sell wares. It's as simple as that. And then explain to them the kind of wares that you sell. Now, there are competitions everywhere. Competitions everywhere. The only thing that will distinguish you is how you are able to convince people about the kind of wares that you sell. How is it different from the other person? I remember some years ago, we had to go for bid for a job. It was an installation in a particular university, and they needed people to come and install the audiovisual equipment in that particular lab. It was a laboratory, and we got there, and then the other people came. Those who have been in business before I went into business, they had all the capacity and resources. But you know what? You have to speak about your own capacity and ability. There's something you have that they may not have. Maybe they have, but you need to be able to convince your clients. And I remember how we're having conversations, and then they have to do a meeting with you. You go for meetings, for example, and then your client need to make decisions about who to get a job. I've been in meetings where they call about 4 different vendors to come and bid for the same job. It is your ability. It is your ability to speak that will determine whether you get a job or not. And I remember I specifically told the one that we needed to install in their laboratory, and I told them, you know what? One of the things I told them was, by mouth, I told them, you don't give me a dime, and then give me opportunity to deliver. And when I deliver and you see the equipment work, and then you can pay us. Guess what? That alone got them. That alone. You know what? Can I shock you? They paid deposit at the end of the day. Not even free. They even paid part payment. And what I needed to say to them was something. So that alone got them convinced that you know what you're talking about. If you are not sure of your capacity to deliver, you won't be telling us not to pay you a dime for you to deliver first. And that got their attention. We got the job. Preferred to the other person who had more capacity and bigger ability than us. That is what I'm talking about. When you do business, you must learn to be vocal. That is nothing to be ashamed of. Someone says, I'm shy, I don't know how to talk to people. But why are you in business then? Why are you doing business? You cannot afford to keep your mouth shut. If you shut your mouth, you shut your life. You need to learn to speak. So if you go for presentations, for example, why do you want to hire people who don't have any idea about your business to go and make presentations on your behalf? You go and speak about what you do and tell them the way you know it. Learn to speak. And so you go to places, meet people, That's what I would advise you. Go and meet people. This is what you do. Target at least a certain number of people. Let's say you go for a program, or you go around your neighborhood and tell people, let's say you have a target of 20 people. You can be rest assured, out of the 20, maybe 15 of them will tell you, we're not interested. Because that is the fear that you have. You've spoken to 5 people, and out of the 5 of them told you, I'm not interested. And so you said to yourself, I will never talk to any person again. Only if you know that the 6th person that you are supposed to talk to is actually supposed to buy from you. But because you shut the door against yourself, because you spoke to the 5th person and then you said, I'm not going to talk to anybody again, you just shut the door against yourself. You keep talking to people. You keep talking. The worst case scenario is that you're going to receive no. No one is going to arrest you. No one is going to slap you. No one is going to. The worst case scenario is they're going to insult you. Nobody has any right to slap you. The worst case scenario is they're going to tell you, no, I'm not interested. You keep telling people, I'm not interested. If out of 20 you can get 2 to say yes, then it compensates for all the other no's that you get at the end of the day. It is critical and important. This is what I'd advise you. Open your mouth and keep telling people about your business. No one will do it like you do. Just go about, tell people. One-on-one is critical and important. I know there are rooms for internet, social media, but one of the most effective of all is word of mouth. Tell people about your business, and it works like magic. I see you at another time, but before that time, don't forget to subscribe. It's very critical and important. Subscribe to my YouTube page to get more information about what you need to do about your business. Segun Awolowo, and I see you at another time. God bless.